angles given a diagram. So I want you to justify how you're getting the answers. And this is, I'm not going to take marks away if you don't do this, but for now I want you to try to not use the same property more than once. I want you to kind of force your brain to think like, how else can I come up with this answer? All right. I'll tell you this. I tend to, first and foremost, I try to focus on, okay, there are the two parallel lines here. And you want to try to zoom out and see that. And before I do the four musketeers, right, like the CIAs, all of those, I try to stick around the numbers first. For example, I will focus, I'll solve A first. There's a number there, and what is A compared to the 39? What do we call these? Vertically opposite, right? Please tell me that you're starting there. So A is equal to 39 degrees. Why? Vertically opposite angles are congruent. You haven't really done any of those four yet, okay? So some students find it helpful to actually fill in the number. Next, what else can I find here? What is E compared to 57? Also vertically opposite, right? But hold it, just for, what is E compared to D? Like, what do we call these two? Alternate interior. So eventually you could do it that way, but if you rather want to do vertically opposite, that's fine. So I'm going to do that next. I'm going to say this is 57. I'm going to go to E here and just put number 2, and that's 57. And I've also used vertically opposite. Again, I'm not going to take marks off if it's correct. I just want you to kind of think outside the box a little bit. Next, let's do, should we do F? What can we use for F? Do you see a straight line? So I know that these three that are along that straight line, they have to add up to 180. So I'm going to use F here. Where's F? That's my third angle. I'm going to go 180 minus 39 minus 57. And when I do that, I get, where is F? 84. Yeah. And I'm going to use straight angle is equal to 180 degrees. And I put 84 in here as well. So in the justification, you can do a bunch of things. You can do some math, but I'm curious of the property that you've used. Okay, so let's put this in here as well, 84, we got that. Okay, now we're going to travel. Watch what I'm going to do here. I'm going to pick one of the transversals, just one of them, and travel from this parallel line to this one. And in doing so, I'm going to call this T1 right now. That's the transversal I'm going to focus on. And now I can use one of the four. Now I can use one of the four that connects the parallel lines. What would you like to do first? What are these two? CIAs. All right, what do we know about CIAs? They add up to 180. All right, so where's B? B is right here. That's the fourth one that I'm doing. I'm going to go 180 minus the 39, and that's 141. You put that in here. And I'm going to use consecutive interior angles must be 180 if lines are parallel. If lines are parallel, okay? I repeat that. I'm going to go ahead and write this in because now I know. C, the more you find, the more ways there are to solve. How can I find C without using a property that I've already used? I'm looking. What are these two? Alternate, interior, right? You can make a Z like this. Okay? Then you know they're alternate interior. So that's my next one. That's my fifth angle. So that is 39. Why? I don't need to do any adding or subtracting because I know that alternate interior angles are congruent. So this is 39. And some students fill this in with color. They're like, hey, these are alternate interior. I'm okay with that, but ultimately I want it all nicely in this box because it's really hard to mark these if you don't have it organized. Okay, it's really hard to mark. That's why pretty much every test quiz is going to have a box like this. D, last one. That's my sixth angle that I'm going to take care of. How could I solve for D without using one that we've already used? Just to, yeah. Sum of triangle, always handy, right? Yes. I'm going to go 180. 180. Watch what I'm going to do here. I'm going to go minus C minus F. Just to show what I'm doing. 180 minus C, which is 39, minus F, which is 84. And D is 57. I used sum of triangle is equal to 180. And so this is 57. This is 57, right? Does that surprise us? Wait a minute, I have another 57 here. What's going on? Does this surprise us at all? Shouldn't, right? Not at all. Is there, let's see if you can see it. Is there another way we could have found this? We could have used alternate interior. Is there another way? Which way, Paulina? Corresponding. This one corresponds to that one. So I hope you start to see that. And that's why it's a nightmare. Please tell me which order you took, because then I'm going to follow your way, okay? Otherwise, it can get very messy. All right, so for homework, I thought you'd never say that, Mr. Ricks. I thought we got out of this one clean. I'm just going to say pages 17 to 19. Okay, so write down homework. I should say this because I overheard some say, how do you fit this into your study sheet? I would say start thinking of that. Start thinking of, for example, corresponding. I would have maybe a little diagram like this. This is what I would have on my study sheet, just telling myself that's corresponding. And then you do alternate interior, and you highlight the two. Just a quick like reference so you know what we're talking about. Thank you guys. I hope you have a good weekend.